Naituli, who is a commissioner with the National Cohesion and Integration Commission. Prof, thank you for making time for News Desk. Let's begin with your thoughts on this chaos. Of course, there's a lot of speculation ongoing on what may have happened to lead to this kind of spat that played out, unfortunately, in the manner in which it did. Your thoughts?
I think it's bad. It portrays us as a country in a very bad light. It should never have happened. And I think as Kenyans, we need to understand one thing. There is laws governing this country. I heard the MP there speaking, saying the governor should have been informed by the people who are coming there. He doesn't have to. There is nowhere in our laws which says that we inform any governor when you go to their county. It says we inform the police. So we need to have fidelity to the law.
But even if not in law, isn't it courteous? Imagine your house. I mean, someone doesn't say, there are laws to visit, for example, professor's house, but it is important that I inform you that I'm coming, isn't it?
I agree with you, but this is a political season. And I may not be of your political persuasion. And you know that. When you know that, and the meeting has been called, and the police have been informed, you don't go there. Isn't
it more so, as you mentioned, it is now a political season? Isn't it then more important to avoid this kind of situations, to put into consideration that there are heightened political temperatures? So it is more important, even if you may disagree on the politics of what you subscribe to, just so that you know you're coming and this is your business.
I think it's more important to stick to the law. And I was reading today in the Standard that even the chief of police there and asked the governor not to attend that meeting.
Okay.
That means the chief of police could predict what may likely to happen should he attend the meeting. So it's more important to stick to the law.
Right.
Because there is no alternative to sticking to the law. If I don't agree with your philosophy, I don't agree with you, and I need to have a party in your county, I don't have to tell you. I need to tell the police. And you, since you don't like my ideas, you don't need to come. You just stay. If you come, then you come quietly and peaceably and listen and walk away. Don't come to disrupt. People do that when they are afraid of the message you are going to convey. They don't want you to convey that message. Then they try to stop you from doing it.
Yeah.
So what we think is we need to grow up, even though we also think that there was a problem in the way we rushed this Katiba. I don't believe that the governor should have been directly elected. I think what we should have done for the next 25 years, that means 5 elections until we mature, to appreciate the democratic space, is to get the governors recruited by Public Service Commission, appointed by the president, and then confirmed by parliament. In that way, we can retain the unitary state, because the governors are beginning to think they are also president. Their counties are sovereign states, where they need to be informed by their opponents when their opponents are visiting their counties.
And of course, that's a conversation for another day, and as far as the Constitution. But with just over 100 days, slightly over 100 days to go to the general election, and this kind of intolerance at the NCIC, are you concerned? Because, as you said, it was a message that perhaps the opponents of the governor did not want to come out in that particular platform. However, it is time we'll hear from different people subscribing to whatever ideology it is. But no matter our views, they should be given a platform. So that kind of intolerance, how do you propose it be dealt with?
That intolerance, we don't accept it. We have cohesion monitors in Migori. We are waiting for their reports, because I'm very sure they must have attended that meeting. And we want to take action because we need to cultivate tolerance. In a political environment, you need tolerance because you are not going to agree all the time. There are different ways to express your disagreement. Violence is not one of those ways. And we are going to insist on that as a commission. We will not allow it now. We will not allow it any time in the future.
But there are many who've looked at your commission, and your word has not carried any weight because there haven't been any real consequences. It's yes, we do not tolerate, we do not agree, we do not accept. But in as far as action that would make these politicians not get into this kind of murky waters, because they know if they dare, there are real serious consequences.
I actually think that even though we have gotten several acquittals, which I don't understand how, personally, and I'm not competent to criticize the judge because I'm not a lawyer. But when you present a case with a video, and then you are told the evidence is not enough, you know, it's very hard to understand what it says are we supposed to do, because ourselves, we apprehend the people who are likely to bring trouble to the country. Then we hand over to the Director of Public Prosecution,
Yes.
who hands them over to the court. And then the court is telling us the evidence is not enough, and that evidence is in a video. It's not a voice, because we agree voice can be manipulated in this day and age.
Right.
But the physical video, you know, so we are also very concerned as a commission, and we think that we will use the government channels to discuss, because we must control the temperament of a lot of our people.
All right, briefly, because our time is up, we must wind this interview up. But your thoughts on the Governor Joho's reaction to this, saying it was an assassination attempt? Briefly.
No, I wouldn't think really. You know, when a chaos brings like that one, and the bodyguard trying to protect the people involved, the police is also trying to make sure that there is some control. I don't think someone planned to do that. Okay. I would doubt that personally.
Prof, thank you very much for making time for us. Professor Gitile Naituli, who is a